18 years old, this is one of the first real pieces of financial education that I learned. Someone told me you need to bypass the middleman and stop being a loaner, and you need to instead become an owner. Bypass the bank, quit giving them your money. They're doing all of this investing. Just go invest for yourself. Stop letting them take all your money and give you zeros, right? So when I did this with the bank and I realized they're loaning my money out, that's when I was like, okay, well, where do I put my money where it's completely backed? I can put it under my bed. Tried that, right? Doesn't grow very well. Plus, if you're a bedwetter, like that's even worse. Your money might get moldy and stuff, right? The second thing is I could bury it in the backyard, right? Other than that, I could put it maybe in a safe. I could put it in a safety deposit box, but that's also at a bank. And if they go out of business, there's no insurance and I don't have any obligation to go get paid back. So I had this dilemma of like, and you'll hear this. My team has probably heard this from business owners. One of the number one things we hear from high income individuals is like, I don't know where to put my money. I'm a good earner. I've got a business. Maybe I'm in sales. Maybe I'm an entrepreneur. I don't know where to put my money. Where do I save it? So they just save it in a bank, or they go online and they find some high yield savings account where they're boasting, we'll give you 2%, but they don't tell you that they're loaning your money out on unsecured junk bonds to get that. And they're making 12 and they might lose everything, but they're going to pay you a whole 2%. Whoop-de-doo, right? So that's backed. The insurance companies literally have to back the number that's in the cash value. It's literally sitting there in reserves, but they count it on their balance sheet as a liability because they know that they're going to have to pay it out to you because it's permanent insurance. They're contractually obligated, right? So they're actually backing it all, plus they're insuring it. Okay, my life insurance policy has a $400,000 insurance policy on it with the State Guarantee Association. What's the FDIC insurance? Okay, 250 grand. How much does the FDIC actually have? They've got 1% of what they need to cover all deposits. Like literally, if the banks went under, the FDIC couldn't actually solve, like bring them back to solvency because it itself is insolvent. It's 1% of what it needs to have. It means it's 99% underfunded. Right? Now, what is it funded by? It's funded by taxpayer revenue. So I'm literally insuring my own money with the FDIC. Right? Not only that, but their banks have what's called a bail-in. If a bank has a bail-in, it means they can keep your deposits and limit your deposits in order to keep the bank solvent. They did this in Greece during the financial crisis in 2011 over in Europe. People could only take out 25, 35 bucks a day from their checking accounts. They were limited. Okay, like imagine that. How are you going to buy groceries? You go to swipe your debit card and it's like, oh, sorry, you got a $35 limit today because your bank did something stupid. Now you can't buy milk. You can't feed your kids. You can't get gas for your car. So I didn't like all of that. I was like, this is risky. And not only that, like when I go into a bank, it's like everyone that works there is a $30,000 or $40,000 a year employee or less. But the bank has this giant building, right? When I walk into a small business that's doing well, the staff have nice cars. They're making good money. Like I can see that. I'm like, wow, everyone here is making money. That's awesome. When I go to a bank, giant skyscraper, and you got a bunch of cogs in the wheel making 40 grand a year that hate their jobs and they're not doing well and they're in debt. You've got 4 or 5 guys that at the very top floor with the penthouse suite are raking in all the money. Okay, they're not sharing that opportunity. So that's the thing that I like about the life insurance is this 3 to 5%. Part of this is a dividend. That's literally the insurance company sharing its profits with me. Right? I love that. That's awesome. I wouldn't even be mad at the banks for doing what they did as long as they cut me in on the deal. Right? Like if they're loaning my money out and they're investing, it's like, good. You guys are the largest organizations in the planet. You're apparently very good at what you do. I don't mind you doing that. Just give me a percentage. It's my money. They don't do that. If they did that, I would be totally cool with that. I'd be like, yeah, go put it wherever you put it. You guys are great. You're killing it. You make more money than everybody. During COVID, we all had a terrible year. JP Morgan Chase had their most profitable fourth quarter ever. Play on. Keep doing it. Just give me a cut. That cut doesn't happen with an insurance company. It does, right? So here's what I can do. My 10 grand has all this stuff going for it. It's in there. I can borrow against my account. Okay. I can borrow 70 to 90% of what I've put in. And I'm going to pay, generally speaking, about a 1 to 3% cost of interest to borrow these funds. Now, here's the thing. When I borrow this 70 to 90%, my 10 grand is still in there growing at 3 to 5%, like it never left. It still has all of these benefits. It's still tax-free. And it's got everything going for it like it never actually left the account. And the reason why is because it never actually did leave the account. See, I'm an owner in the insurance company. When I have a sacred account, I am what's called an equity owner. Okay, equity means they treat me like a shareholder. It's a mutual life insurance company. Specifically, that's the type of life insurance company is. They're not a stock company. They don't publicly trade. Okay, it's mutual, meaning if I own a policy, I am the shareholder. I am the person. That's why I'm getting a dividend. They're sharing their profits with me because I own part of their company. Okay. Similarly, because I'm an owner, they will loan me money against my cash value whenever I want it. I don't have to go through an underwriting process. They don't check my credit score. None of that. They're like, you're an owner. You have an account with us. Of course you can take a loan. How much do you want? Okay. And I can borrow 70 to 90% of what I've got in there. Now they're going to keep paying me 3 to 5%, like my money never left because it never did leave. I borrowed their money, not my money. My money's still there growing. And if I set this up correctly, the cost of using their money is cheaper than the interest I'm earning on the money that I didn't actually have to pull out. Okay. Now I want to quickly backtrack because sometimes people are like, okay, well, why take a loan? Why borrow against your own money? Okay. Well, there's two reasons. And I've talked about this before. When I have an asset that's growing, if I sell it, there's going to be taxes. Okay, taxes on the growth, taxes on the sale. So I never want to pay taxes. And also when I sell an asset, I just sold an asset, right? Like I don't want to sell an asset. That's like having kids and getting rid of one of them. It's like I had them for a reason. Apparently I wanted kids. Why would I get rid of them? Apparently I wanted assets. They're doing what they should be doing. Why would I get rid of it? Why would I sell it? Okay, so I don't want to sell it and I don't want to pay taxes. So instead, I take a loan against it. If I take a loan against it, I don't have to sell it. Therefore, it can keep growing. Okay, if I didn't sell it, there's no taxes due.
Hey, thanks so much for watching my channel. My name is Jerry Fetta. I'm the owner, founder, and CEO of Wealth Dynamics. So if this channel helped you, if the content helped you, I would like to ask you to help me back by clicking the subscribe button. Comment, like the video, share it with someone that could benefit from the information. I also want to invite you to get a free copy of my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom. If you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can grab a free copy there. You can also just click the link down in the description. And I hope to see you back on the channel again soon.